down near the inner harbor of Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Miami Dolphins. Strap in. This will be a good one. Two one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Tua. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Finds a seam inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. On play action, here's Tua. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A give. This is Kamara. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster. It all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Kamara will score. Touchdown, Miami. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Returning it, Justice Hill. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Throwing Jones. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money, because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start, both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
And the tackle there will go to Charles Harris.
It's second and 8 at the Ravens' 33-yard line.
Second down and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. On the check down, he finds Kamara. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. So fourth down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. The kick by Sanders is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after. That forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day offensively.
Now Jones. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. picked off by Xavier Howard. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Touchdown! Alvin Kamara, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes our score 17-0.
Ravens, nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
It's second and inches at the 35-yard line.
Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on second and less than a yard. Back to throw. Jones. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
Check my 46. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
On 1st and 10, Jones. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 17-0 our score after 1.
Ravens, nothing.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
46 to Mike. I'm coming. Check 24. 60 Eagles. Go.
Off play action. Jones. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Parker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And you can bet they're going to lean on him quite a bit, obviously. They did last week, was over 100 yards. Also, AFC Player of the Week is announced Wednesday.
And until they take that away, I would continue to lean on him, try and have another award for him, one in this game. But when you look back at last week, and you saw how he was able to find holes in the defense, but it's also the run after the catch. That's what made it impressive.
The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now Tua. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Sanders' kick is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And Hill will opt for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop.
Brings them 2nd and 9.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hawk 70. Kill. 18 Rattler.
Looking to throw. Jones. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jones. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to creep. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to pass. Tua. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Tua now on first down. Dancing to his left. Finds a seam inside the 40. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They're going to look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Sanders' kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, I'm coming. I'm at the 60. Check 3.
Off the play fake. Jones. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. Catch.
It's a gain of 33. That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Pretty quiet. 43.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. Oh, he falls over it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
43's the mic, boy. 43.
On 2nd and a couple. Jones. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Cut. 46 the mic. 46 the mic. Double dog. That's the way. 19 Tiger.
On first down, Dobbins. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Right back to Dobbins on first.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
55. Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is down to 2. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Running with Kamara. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Tua drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 5, and they're going to face a 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he is going to have the Dolphins' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Tua. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play there for the Dolphins.
First and goal at the 2-yard line. That's the end of the third.
Back now in Baltimore. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run it with Kamara. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Again, Kamara. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Alvin Kamara, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Ravens 21. Jason Sanders to kick off line.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Back to throw. Jones. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Jones. A dump off now to Hill. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Jones now on first down. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43.
Back to throw. Jones. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Off play action. Jones gets this one to Hill. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now Jones off the bootleg. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Tight, watch left.
Throwing Jones. That escapes the sack.
14.
Steps away to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, when you got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Tua. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. The offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You've got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You gotta love it, baby. Give me some more. Got it? Right six. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. Right six.
A busy night continues for Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Jones. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Down to an E goes Tua, and that should just about do it. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync. So for the Dolphins, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year, and they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.